All right, so let's start.
Okay, do I?
Okay. So that's how it looks. Got your name up there?
Oh, I didn't see that, but I trust you.
All right. Your name's up there, trust me. KRYSTALBRAWL, Flowertown, PA.
Yeah, well, that's where I was born, but I live in Franconia now.
What do you represent?
We'll say Franconia.
All right. Let me go back into here.
I'm sorry. You
It's
asked
all
me
right.
where I was from.
No, we got to get. Don't say anything to get yourself incriminated, fired. Don't say anything to ruin a relationship that you don't want out there forever.
I have 36 days till I retire. Got it.
All right. Well, I say all that. There's no takebacks. So whatever you say, if you make a mistake,
It's on the record.
you correct it. It's not my job to fix it for you or edit it later for you.
Okay.
All right. That's a disclaimer. This is Skate Shop Radio. Skate Shop Radio is a brand new radio show that we're doing. It's in its infancy. We're doing a launch party here Friday, June 2nd. We're doing a launch party here. It's going to be hosted by our guy Billy Kyle, who's skating around right now, and I'll be doing the music. Skate Shop Radio, you can come here, you can skate, you can shop. We got some shirts for sale over there. We got some glasses. And we're doing some radio. Skate Shop Radio.
Got it.
So the way we do these interviews is I'm the host, you're the guest. My job is to get you to talk.
Okay.
My job is not to talk. My job is to listen. So I'm going to listen until you're done talking.
Will you ask some leading questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to set you up and just feel free to run with it. The more you talk, the better it is for radio. So, you know, answers and shaking your head answers are just not going to do it.
Right. Just like in court.
All right, let's go. What's going on? It's your favorite cousin, Big Cuz Live. This is Skate Shop Radio. We're down here at the skate rink with legendary roller derby enthusiast Crystal Brawl, representing Franconia, Pennsylvania. how are you doing this evening, Crystal Brawl?
I'm doing great. I'm at the skating rink, my happy place.
All right, so we got to start with the name, right? You can't just move on past Crystal Brawl. How did you get the name Crystal Brawl, and how do you keep that name?
So I was born with the name Mary Ball, and when I was a little kid, my brother's boss used to call me Crystal, and I didn't get why. And then when I went away to college up at Hofstra, first person I met heard my last name Ball and started calling me Crystal Brawl, introduced me to everyone at college as Crystal Ball, and my college friends still call me Crystal Ball. And then when I joined roller derby, I was looking for a derby name because you have to sound bad and scary. And I was thinking tie-dye because I wear way too much tie-dye, or nightmare. And a friend of mine was like, Crystal Brawl, there's no other name for you. And I was like, that's it, that's my name.
All right, so was Crystal Ball, and roller derby just gave you the R to Brawl?
BRAWL. So the R changed ball to brawl.
All right, I got you. All right, so how did you get into roller derby?
So I skated all the time as a kid. I was always at the rink every weekend. I was a floor guard at Young's Regency back in the day. And then I went away to college and got married and had kids. And I skated once or twice a year when there was like a birthday party or a Girl Scout event. Still had my skates, but that was it. And then my kids went away to college, and I'm sitting home and had no life besides work because for the last 20 years I'd been driving them places 5 nights a week to get all their stuff. And I saw a Facebook post to try out for roller derby. And I posted that I was going to go, and all my friends were like, oh, that's great, you go, awesome. And that night I get home from work, I'm getting changed to go, and my husband says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the roller derby tryouts, because I thought you were joking. I said, why can't you be supportive like all of my friends? He said, well, when you fall and break both your wrists and you can't wipe your own butt, call your supportive friends, because I'm not doing it. So I ended up going to the tryouts that night, and he insisted on driving me, not because he was being supportive, but because he didn't want to try and figure out how to get my car home from the rink when I was in the hospital. So he drove me, got there, and they were like, go out and do 1 knee fall and pop up, and 2 knee falls and pop up, and, backwards, and different skill sets. And they were putting people in lines from 3 or 4 lines across, and I kept getting moved across to the last line, which was the people that could skate. And at the end of the night, they invited me to join the team. That was the Pottstown Rockstar roller derby. And my husband was like, you should do this. Everyone here is really nice. You can really skate. I'm like, I told you I could skate. So that's how I got in.
So you just popping down and jumping back up? Now, I feel like the story is your husband changing his tune.
Yeah, he doubted me. I keep telling him not to doubt me, but he did. So, yeah, he was really impressed that I could skate.
Does he get on the rink?
He will not skate,
you
no.
Don't do a derby?
No. He was a skier before, but he has a fake knee and doesn't do any of that anymore.
So let's keep it on roller derby because very, very exciting subgenre. I grew up watching roller derby matches. So how often were you doing it? How long were you doing? How is the career going?
So, funny story. I had no idea what roller derby was.
Okay.
I just knew I could skate and figured I'd try it. So then I went to Pottstown. I was with them for a year, and I was in their development fresh meat program and stuff. And then we actually moved from Perkiomenville to Franconia, and so I switched over to the Bucksmount Roller Derby Dolls at that time. Went through their fresh meat real quick and was with their team for a year playing on their, they have let's say varsity and JV. I was on the home team, not
Right.
the travel team. Loved that, had a great time. And then I realized that I was 49 years old, keeping up with kids younger than my kids. And so then I went to the coach and I was like, hey, I love doing this, but I don't I don't need this much anymore. Do you mind if I take over fresh meat? And he was like, that was awesome. So I did the fresh meat until COVID.
What's fresh meat?
Fresh meat is the training. When you join roller derby, you go to fresh meat. And that is where you learn how to, there's basically different skills that you have to test, you have to pass. Being able to skate backwards, being able to skate on one foot. I think it's halfway around the rink on each foot. Being able to balance on one foot for a certain amount of time. Being able to do going through cones at a fast rate.
I got you.
Having skates and trash thrown at you and being able to avoid them and do some jumps, side jumps, front jumps, and knowing all the rules. And after you can prove you're safe, then you can get on the team. But roller derby is very much on you have to be safe.
Even when you're throwing elbows at each other?
No elbows, that's a penalty. We used to actually have to have paper plates under each arm during a practice to learn not how to throw elbows. Shoulders, yes. Hips, yes. No elbows.
All right, so you pretty much went from the freshman team to the trainer? Is that what you're saying?
I was on the team for a year.
Yeah.
And then to fresh meat trainer, yes.
Okay. Very important position.
I loved that. I got to know the new girls, welcome them in. And I'm a middle school teacher, so teaching's it's what I do. It's natural for me. But one other funny story, when I was on the team, one night I got a shoulder to the nose and got a broken nose during practice. And I went home and I was like, Steve, maybe this isn't for me. I broke my nose tonight. He goes, it's okay. You can still wipe your butt. Don't give up.
It's a good callback. What's going on, Skate Shop Radio? Because Live. We're down here at the skate rink promoting a brand new event Friday, June 2nd, the first Friday in June. We're doing a launch party for this radio show right now. Skate Shop Radio, you can come here, you can skate, do a little shopping if you want. And right now we're doing radio. We are here with Crystal Brawl, Franconia, PA. Talk about your team, the team name, the team history, and like how the relationship is with other organizations in your region.
So Bucksmont Roller Derby Dolls are part of WIFTA, and they've rebranded recently. Now they're the Sirens, their travel team, and the Perkiomen Punishers and I forget the other team's name, the two home teams. But they travel all over. They just won a game last Sunday night. I can't remember who they were playing. They were down something like 20 points at halftime and came back and beat them by 5 points at the end of the night. So our coach is actually a derby guy with the Hooligans, and he works them hard, but they get results.
What's a season? How many games are in a season?
It really depends it depends how far the teams want to travel and how many they do. They plan that each year. Usually about 7, 8, about that. The season usually starts around April and goes till about October. And it's a little quieter over the summer.
Okay. All right, that's cool. All right, so when you guys go out to events, safety is number one. How do you say the camaraderie is before and after games with the opposing team?
We get along great. They used to host a all-star state competition at Inline 309, and all the women from all the different teams across the country they'd always get along. They buy each other's T-shirts. They support each other. So roller derby looks like a bunch of really scary women, but it's actually a really supportive group. And everyone helps each other. It's not like I'm not going to help you because I want to look better than you. Everyone pitches in, works with each other, helps each other, is supportive of each other. And it's very family friendly. Like if you curse when you're out on the floor and they hear you in the stands, that's a penalty. They don't put up with anything that's not family friendly. The names all have to be family friendly and appropriate. though there might be a 69 on every single team. but yeah, it's a very uplifting, female positive experience and group.
Do you guys ever do co-ed?
I have not. I think some teams do. I do not.
Are you guys flat track or incline track?
I did flat track only.
All right, so
I think Penn Jersey has a slope track, a bank track.
so history serves me correct. You got the jammers. Those are the guys that score the points, right? They got to
The
go
women,
around.
yes.
And then what are the other ones called?
The blockers.
The block. All right, jammers and blockers. There's 2 jammers.
So each team has on the track at one time they have 1 jammer and 4 blockers.
Okay.
And the 4 blockers try to keep the other jammer from passing and assist their jammer to get through.
Okay.
So the jammers start behind the blockers. So there's 8 blockers, 2 jammers on the track, and a bunch of refs. And the jammer has to get through the pack, lap the pack, and then each person they pass, the next time they lap them, they get a point for.
Okay.
And if one of the blockers knocks the jammer out, they have to come in behind all of the pack to start again.
Knocks the jammer out of bounds.
Right.
Okay. So not over the rink or over the bar? There's not a
No,
bar?
they put a rope down under a tape, so
Okay.
you know when you're out. And the refs are watching those lines.
Okay. All right. Family friendly.
Very family friendly.
They're not, you guys, blood?
Not too often. I've seen it, but it's not an everyday.
Are they locked? Are the blockers like allowed to lock hands or anything?
No, we call it Barbie hands because you have to have, if you think of a Barbie doll, you have to have the flat fingers. You can't grab onto other people because if you get hit hard and you're locked, it will break your wrists. So no interlocking, but you do usually have bruises on your upper arms, and every time you go to the doctor's office, they will give you pamphlets. See if you're abused and safe at home because you have bruises everywhere.
So let's go back. Where did you start skating at? When you came up, you mentioned it.
Growing up or with
Yeah.
Derby? Young's Regency in Bluebell. It's
And
now a library.
When did you stop skating? When you?
Probably, okay, I'm giving my age away now. I started skating when I was a little kid down at Warminster, and then they opened up Young's in the 80s.
Right.
And I was there, and then I went to college in 87, and that's kind of when I stopped skating for a while. And then when my youngest daughter graduated high school in 2014 and was away at Ithaca College, that's when I joined roller derby.
Do your students know that you do roller derby?
So they do. And one day I had an 8th grade class and a new kid came in and he was being kind of rambunctious. And one of the other kids was like, "Don't mess with her. She plays roller derby." I'm like, "I can't do anything in school. I'd be fired." I didn't tell them that. I'm like, "Hey, if you want to behave because you're scared of me, I'm down with that."
So middle school.
Middle school, it's its own unique beast.
Middle school's the most annoying kids. How do you do it?
It depends on your, some people think little 1st and 2nd graders that are whiny and needy and stuff are more annoying. It depends on how you think. I really love middle school. There's some great kids there. They're old enough to have conversations and discussions, and it's an awkward stage, and it's a place where the kids really need to find themselves, and they need people that will help them find themselves.
My mother taught art middle school in Port Richmond until she retired.
I'm retiring in June.
Congratulations.
28 years teaching, 20 in middle school, 8 in elementary.
What subject do you teach?
I'm the middle school librarian.
Librarian.
Plus I did Reading Olympics for 18 years and directed the school dramas and musicals for about 18, 20 years.
How do you think the school culture has changed now that you're exiting from when you entered it?
Oh, it's not the same job at all. 20 years ago, if a kid was misbehaving and you talked to parents, things changed. now it doesn't always happen that way.
That was a very political answer. I like it. 28 days left to go.
36.
36.
June 7th.
So what are you going to do in retirement?
So my husband's a blacksmith on the side, and I've dabbled in some glass work. So we're going to go back to craft shows that we used to do. He's going to start going to knives.
Like Renaissance fair kind of stuff?
No, more like high end, where you have to have like a 10 by 10 booth and a carpet and Pennsylvania Guild of Craftsmen type things. So I'm going to go back to my glass work that I haven't had a chance to do fusing and slumping in a while. And I also have a 3-year-old granddaughter I'm going to be taking care of. So I'm going to be a Gigi and skate more often.
Got it all mapped out.
And I'm going to teach my granddaughter to skate. I already got her skates.
All right, bet. So are you still traveling with the team that you're just a teacher?
I have not done anything with them since COVID.
Are they back active?
They are. They just had their first game in a long time. And if anybody's interested in roller derby, all of the teams have fresh meat. Love to get new skaters, love to get people in. It's a family-friendly, fun event to go to a game. Bring your family, bring a lawn chair. You can sit right on the edge of the track and watch. It's a great night.
So people that want to get involved, they just got to find
their local team.
Find a local team.
If you go to WFDA, Women's Flat Track Derby Association, you could probably find leagues that way all over the country. There's been a resurgence in the last 10, 15 years of roller derby.
What's the closest team to right here in where we're at right now?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which is the closest to right here. Penn Jersey, maybe? I'm not sure.
Our producer, Jimmy, he used to work with a women's roller derby team. I don't know if he told you that.
We did talk about that a few weeks ago.
Okay. That's my only connection to roller derby. But that, besides, I used to watch it, but it was on TV when I was young, and they were beating the crap out of each other.
Okay, so roller derby on TV in the 70s is to roller derby as WWF is to wrestling.
Yeah, I figured that. I mean, I didn't think they were really fighting, but they made a show of it.
Oh, definitely. And the Pottstown Rockstar Roller Derby has gone rogue, and they're not part of WFDA, and they do the whole thing where they're fighting.
These are for Mary. These are for Mary Crystal and her husband, Steve, for her daughter, and the tiny one for the granddaughter. Camellias from my yard.
You are so sweet, Jimmy.
Doesn't she
Thank you.
deserve that? Lomanesco.
Absolutely.
So you need to interview Jimmy. He used to teach how to skate. He used to teach skating. And we will do some, he calls them ice capades, but we do some dancing together out on the floor.
Mary is my Ice Capades partner. We've been doing Ice Capades for about 10 years. We lift our feet in the air, we glide, and we show off.
Maybe you can get a video of us skating together later.
The two of us, Mary and I, show off when we're doing our Ice Capades together. It looks like we practiced for years.
My happy time is skating with you, Jimmy.
And
So you brought those flowers tonight for Krista Brawl?
yes, it's because she deserves so much from giving so much to children for all those years. And the flowers are perfect. One for her and Steve, her husband, and her daughter, who was a special case to raise, and now the tiny grandchild. I worry about the grandchild, though, because she's liable to be the most spoiled child on earth.
I already have permission to get her in junior roller derby when she's old enough.
Mary had come to my house when it was COVID, but they were trying to be careful for COVID, and she showed up, and some skater said, "Oh, we brought you a couple of cupcakes," and it turned out that they filled my whole porch, 15 people spread apart, and she brought bad things to the party. Things that looked like Jell-O or something, and when you drink them, it was all alcohol.
I do make good Jell-O shots.
And because it was my birthday, August 29th, Michael Jackson's birthday, she then proceeded, as my friends do. What did you put on my face?
So I made lemon meringue pie and key lime pies, like little miniature ones, because it was COVID, be safe. And one might have gotten smashed in his face.
Oh, one. And I was looking the other way, and she had to do it my birthday. She smushed it, not only on my glasses and my hair, the little hair I have, was all full of key lime pie. Because that's what friends are for. But I do get even with her. Often I get even with her.
So you didn't get the disclaimer here, did you? This is recorded.
Oh, this is.
I mean, he's doing fine.
She knows I have a television show on Comcast about Greek myths in ancient Rome. Little 10-year-olds and I, we get dressed up, and 250,000 people a week watch these cute shows with children. Channel 52 on Comcast.
Is it still on?
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday we did 640 original shows. No commercials and little children, and it's like if Mr. Rogers took speed, it's like that.
Jimmy is a retired teacher. He taught Latin in Philadelphia.
And my last name is kind of hard for people, Villarreal. Nobody says that. They'll say, Mr. V, hook me up, Mr. V, hook me up. The reason I'm a little late, I promised her 8:45. I was looking for a lost person. Looking, different addresses, talking to her mother. I didn't find her, but tomorrow I'll do more search. One of my, adopted granddaughter. She's a special person.
That's awesome.
This is my home. 46 years on Wednesday nights coming here.
46 years.
46 years of roller skating, yep.
How old are you, Jimmy?
August 29th, I'll be 80.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And you can outskate a lot of people here.
Still doing this, and on a couple days from now, soon, the ocean is already warmed up to 54.
Right.
It'll turn 60 degrees in a few weeks, and I start swimming from near the end of May, this year earlier maybe. From the end of May till November, I'm a long-distance ocean swimmer. I swim a quarter of a mile out by myself, even at night, in the middle of the night.
What about the sharks?
They don't like Mexicans. We're too oily, so they don't seem to bite me. I'm too big for a sardine. But the ocean for me is more safe than I am on the land. And when I'm out there, if the ocean is even moderately calm, I can fall sound asleep on top of the ocean for half an hour, just meditating and don't even know where I am. It's a piece of heaven.
Wow, I wouldn't recommend that to everybody, but I mean...
No, that's not a normal thing that people should be doing, but I'm so experienced, former lifeguard, etc., etc. So, tell me your full name.
I'm Michael James Patrick Robinson.
Michael Robinson?
Correct.
Like the famous Michael Robinson I've heard
I am the famous Michael Robinson.
Oh my gosh. There is a statue of a Michael Robinson. It looks something like you, and something like you, but not quite as heavy. That's a good bust. That's a bust.
Is it a bust or a whole statue?
Oh, that was good. That was good. But a Michael Robinson statue, I think, would be appropriate. You could be proclaiming liberty to the land, and of course, roller skating.
You can get a Big Cuz t-shirt, a Michael Robinson t-shirt right next to you.
You know what? Well, my friends are so friendly to me with salt. Not once have we gone to Chicky and Pete's in 46 years without them pouring salt in my water and in my hair.
Salt is a
So my shirt
big
says
salt.
assault.
His shirt says assault. Let's get the shirt on camera, everybody. Hold on.
It says assault with a deadly weapon. And boy, oh boy, that's so. I have about 11 salt shakers from Chicky and Pete's in my house, from them pouring it down my back and in my all over.
Wow.
But I have no mercy on Mary either.
He's the instigator.
Mary gets plenty of good ones.
The first time I met Jimmy, they were trying to like squirt him with water to make it look like he peed himself.
Oh, yeah.
And I was trying to defend him, like, what are you doing to this poor old
Right.
man? And then he got me, and that was it.
She was trying to protect me. Why are they abusing? Well, they're sticking at a picnic, which we'll have on May 7th again, s'mores, the melted marshmallows.
Right.
They were little children were sticking them on my nose, on my ears. She was trying to protect me, and later on, she didn't know, I took a whole bottle of water and poured it down her pants.
Right.
She remembered me the rest of the day.
But we digress.
This is Skate Shop Radio right now. We're here with Crystal Brawl and her friend. I didn't get your name.
It's Jim Villarreal, but everybody calls it Mr. V.
Jim and Mr. V. This is a brand new show that we're doing. For the last 46 years, Jim V has been coming to this skate rink. That's pretty amazing.
Yes, yes. I started skating when my daughter was a tiny child, and she'd say every visiting Father Sunday, let's skate again. So she and I became pairs. We did romantic to time in New England with Barry Manilow. We would skate in circles. We looked like we were in a movie. Now my daughter's 54 years old and a published author of a book like Harry Potter, a Mexican version of Harry Potter.
You're here first.
Talk about your show and what do you do with your show?
So, all right. I'll show you what I'm doing with the show. So what we do is we'll take this interview
Yes.
and we create clips. We
Oh,
create
look at that.
like 1 minute clips,
And people can look them up.
and we just you could just scroll through.
And look at the clip you like.
Yeah, you could just watch the 1 minute clip that you like, and
Wow.
you don't have to tune into the whole
But
interview.
that's really nice. And you do clips of many skaters and other people.
Talking clips, yeah.
Yes.
Skaters that sit with us. We're not really getting any motion shots besides
No.
the motion in the background.
Sure. But that's a great idea to get people to feel comfortable to show. I just brought her gorgeous flowers. And those flowers aren't much different than people. She's as beautiful as flowers. She doesn't smell as good though. I don't want to make any fun, but flowers smell a little better than her. Even though she's a roller derby person, Jim Trotter, the famous Jim Trotter from roller derby television, came to this rink and picked 3 people to try out to be on his TV roller derby. And I was one of the 3 he picked. And we went down to 46th and Market. They had a real roller derby rink. It was curved and everything. And a friend of mine, a teacher, came with me. I'm a teacher. And you get to go out one against the other, except I didn't realize how violent it was going to be. And Jim Trotter said, well, he said, Mr. V, you go first, try to get ahead of him. And we were out there for 3 minutes. It was dangerous, fast. I'd never skated on a curve. I couldn't get past him. So now we switched around, and I said to him, no way I'll let you pass me. And when we were going around the curve out of control, I got under his arms here, and I lifted him up unintentionally. He flew over the wall and fell down 10 feet on concrete, hurt. And I was so ashamed, I went back and grabbed a hold to see if he was okay, and everybody in the stands booed me.
Was that the curve rink?
The curve rink at
See?
46th and Market, the arena.
That's the good stuff right there.
Oh my God, high fast, it was out of control, and he was injured. And everybody was booing me because I went back to see if he was okay.
Oh, at that point you're a heel. You should have
Cheered.
put the middle finger up at him and said
like a wrestler
Sucked it
today.
up.
Yeah. And I said to Jim Trotter, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be, if I'm going to hurt people like I hurt him, and he couldn't even drive his car home.
Right.
So she's right in the middle of roller derby, and I
Not
always
anymore.
go like this to her, but then she tells me what?
No elbows.
No elbows. Oh.
You just lean into them and push them off.
You know, when they ask a woman to try out for roller derby, first question they ask, besides if you can skate, they ask you, at what age were you no longer a virgin? That's the second question. And I don't know
no.
what she answered. I've heard stories, but I don't want to repeat those stories.
I'm married 30 years May 1st.
30 years, May 1st. Wow. To the same man?
Yep.
Do you know his middle name yet?
Yes.
You do? Then you're really married.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us, Skate Shop Radio. Really appreciate it, Mr. V, Krista Brawl. I'm gonna let y'all just say one more thing, and then we're gonna get on out of here. You have anything you want to shout out? You can shout out your show. You can shout out your organization. One more time, the floor is yours.
Here's a great shout out on May the 23rd at the Met on Broad Street, the famous Met. There's the first time in history a giant summit, a summit of apology and forgiveness. I work with the criminal justice system 35 years, and men who have committed crimes and are out of prison are going to come on stage and openly apologize to the families and people they harmed and ask for forgiveness for 3 hours. And in the prison near here at Phoenixville, men who are now incarcerated for harming people, some of them are going to get on camera live and apologize and ask forgiveness. And it's going to be 3 hours of things to improve the criminal justice to try to heal this world. May 23rd at the Met on Broad Street.
That sounds pretty decent, actually. We'll look into that.
The summit of apology and forgiveness. Special. I have a son on death row. My son's on death row for 57 years. Hopefully, he's going to, with time, they're going to help to get him off, and he'll come and live with me again.
All right, thank you, Mr. V.
I'm just all fluff. I want to say that if you're thinking of trying skating, you haven't tried, you haven't skated in a long time, come out. It's a skate family. It's a great place. It's accepting. You'll love it. Come skate.
All right, that's really good. So the way this show works, we can talk again at another time. I really appreciate y'all. Mr. V, you seem like you're media trained, you're ready to go. And Krista Brawl, you did really good as well. We have some candy for you guys.
Oh, good.
You want some kisses? We do have stuff for sale, shirts and glasses. And then, like I said, we're promoting an event that we're doing here. The launch party for this show is going to be Friday, June 2nd.
Yep.
Will you post that on Facebook?
Yeah, it's going to be on Facebook. We got tickets for sale on Eventbrite right now. I'll get your information. I'll send it to you. But yeah, I really appreciate y'all stopping by, talking with us. Great information.
Yep.
What time is it that night?
It's going to be 11 to 2 a.m.
Okay, that's after the 8th grade formal.
So yeah, thank you. So you guys were my first interview. That's the icebreaker for the night. Really
Great.
appreciate y'all breaking the ice with me.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. And it was a pleasure being here with you and being able to feel so open.
Jimmy, I think they're playing our song.
We got to go skate.
All right, thank you so much. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Good job, man.
Good job to you.
Yep.
Got the
Get
flowers.
out? Yeah.
Sweetheart.
He's my skate dad.
Careful.
on Boston's biggest radio station, WBC. I speak to 8 million people live for 3 hours for 13 years. I'm a 3.
Yeah, it's pretty. No, I'll look into it. I'll find your information. My God. Sit down. Come on down.
Down an interview with him. Now I have time, so I'll be back live shortly. Thank you.
What's going on?
All right, how you doing, my man?
Give me 1 second. 1 second.
No problem.
Gotta set some stuff up. Oh, that was streaming. All right.
What's the best angle that you want me to sit in?
You sit comfortable. I'll make you look good.
I don't know about that making me look good, but well,
Remember when you rolled it in and it's like
You look like you want to tinker with it.
no, I think it looks good. I'm like, what do you mean me for?
Can I get you on this mic?
Move it over just a little though, so that pulls on it.
this one better. What, slide down this way,
Yeah, you're good.
right here.
That's Michelle. She does our production. All right. So, have you ever done radio before?
No, this will be my first time.
All right.
Right, it's all good.
All right. So that's how it looks. I got OG Smooth, Pottstown, PA. That's good.
Yes.
right. So radio rules are: don't say anything to incriminate yourself. Don't say anything to ruin a relationship. Don't say anything to get yourself fired. They want to regret saying tomorrow. Besides that, we do. When it comes to radio, I'm the host. You're the guest. Your job as a host is to talk. My job is to get you to talk. So feel free to just run on with your answers. Just talk until you're done talking. So it's like I'm gonna try not to cut you off. I'm gonna just try to listen until you're done talking, and then I'll hit you with another question. This is Skate Shop Radio. This is a brand new radio show that we're doing. We're promoting a launch event for this radio show. It's going to be Friday, June 2nd, right here, 11 to 2 a.m. It's going to be an adult skate session right here. So that's what we're doing. We're promoting that. Skate Shop Radio. You can come here, you skate, you can shop. We got some shirts and some glasses for sale, and we're doing some radio. Skate Shop Radio.